So this is what we've been playing towards. It's time for the final round, which as always is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Martin and Billy from the A-team and Daphne and Chris from the Eggheads, would you all leave the studio, please? So Keith, Darrell and James, you're playing to win the A-team £4,000. Judith and CJ, you're playing for something which money can't buy, the Eggheads' reputation. As usual, I'll ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time the questions are all general knowledge. You are allowed to confer. A-team, the question is, are your 3 brains better than the Eggheads' 3? Team, do you want to go first or second?
We'll go first, Dermot, if that's OK.
Certainly is. OK, well, best of luck, A-team. Let's see if you can do it. First question, general knowledge. Northern Rock, the bank that had to go to the Bank of England for emergency funding in September 2007, is based in which city? Manchester, Aberdeen or Newcastle? Northern Rock, the bank that had to go to the Bank of England for emergency funding in September 2007, is based in which city?
Newcastle, yeah. Well, we feel sure as it's on the front of a Newcastle United shirt, but it's Newcastle, Dermot.
Newcastle is absolutely right. Yes, Northern Rock based there. So, Eggheads, your first question. Which British actor provided the voice for the title character in the 2007 film Beowulf? Is it Patrick Stewart, Ray Winstone or Jude Law? Which British actor provided the voice for the title character in the 2007 film Beowulf?
It's Ray Winstone. You wouldn't really recognise him from the character itself, but it's his voice.
It's all digitally mastered, isn't it? Ray Winstone is correct, the voice of Beowulf. So, back to the A-team. Films loosely based on classical mythology or biblical subjects, such as Spartacus and Ben-Hur, are known in the trade as what sort of epics? Are they sword and sandal, torso and toga, or blood and biceps? Films loosely based on classical mythology or biblical subjects, Spartacus and Ben-Hur, are known in the trade as what sort of epics?
I think sword and sandal. Yeah. No?
Sword and sandal.
Sword and sandal, you think?
We think so, yeah.
OK. Ben-Hur, Spartacus, sword and sandal is correct, yes. Another good one for the A-team. Eggheads. The expression squeaky clean is derived from which activity? Pig breeding, hair washing or roller skating? The expression squeaky clean is derived from which activity?
To be hair washing, doesn't it? It squeaks when you pull it.
Exactly.
Logical,
And if it was pig washing, yes, fine.
Yeah, pig breeding is a bit different. Yeah, so, we'll try hair washing.
Hair washing is correct. Squeaky clean. So, A-team, back to you for a third question. What is the most common surname in Germany? Is it Weiss, Muller or Schneider? What is the most common surname in Germany?
No. I feel sure that it's Muller.
Muller.
I feel sure that...
I wouldn't say Schneider.
No. You're going to go with Muller?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with Muller.
Yeah. Well, we've heard of one German footballer called Muller, Gerd Muller, and there's one called Schneider. But we're going for Muller, Dermot.
OK. Doing it on your football, are you? Yeah, it was Gerd Muller. He scored the winner in 74, didn't he?
He
scored 2 goals, didn't he, in 74 World Cup final. And the answer is Muller. It's the most common surname in Germany. Well done. OK, kids, you've got to get this. What is the name of President George W. Bush's black Scottish Terrier? Barney, Socks or Jake? What's the name of President George W. Bush's black Scottish Terrier?
It's not Socks.
Socks was the Clintons' cat.
My first instinct was...
So was mine, actually.
Yeah.
Which was your first instinct?
Barney.
Barney and mine. Jake doesn't ring any bells at all.
But I
whereas
think
Barney's...
there is a Barney.
Okay.
But whether it's
I'm
that
quite
particular
happy
dog, I
to
don't
go
know.
for Barney.
Okay, we're not sure, but we'll go for Barney.
Barney. And the dog is Barney. It's correct, Eggheads. Yes, the President George W. Bush's black Scottish Terrier is called Barney, which means it's all square. After 3 questions, we go to sudden death, A-team. So, no choices from now on. Which American state is named after one of the Channel Islands? Which American state is named after one of the Channel Islands?
We think it's New Jersey, Dermot.
New Jersey. 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 New Jersey.
It is. New Jersey, yep, that's correct, yes. Named after Jersey, obviously. Well done. So, Eggheads, the architectural term for which part of a church comes from the Latin word for ship?
No, nave.
The architectural term for which part of a church comes from the Latin word for ship?
It's nave, Dermot, from navis.
Yep, nave is correct, Eggheads. So, back to you, A-Team. Genuine Panama hats are made not in Panama, but in which South American country? Genuine Panama hats are made not in Panama, but in which South American country?
I know this one.
Okay.
I think it's Ecuador. It borders on to Panama, and I'm pretty sure that they're made in Ecuador. I'm sure I've heard it somewhere, and it's the next country down.
I've read it somewhere and I can't really place. We'd have to go with you.
Are you happy with
Yeah,
Ecuador?
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Panama hats, where are they made?
We're going to go with Ecuador. Ecuador, Dermot.
Ecuador is correct, well done. Genuine Panama hats. Okay, Eggheads, Rocco and His Brothers and The Leopard are works by which celebrated Italian filmmaker and nobleman born in 1906. Rocco and His Brothers and The Leopard are works by which celebrated Italian filmmaker and nobleman born in 1906.
I actually bought the DVD of Rocco and His Brothers just the other day, as it happened. It's Visconti, Luchino Visconti.
Luchino Visconti, yep, absolutely right, Eggheads. Kevin, you've been out shopping. You would have known it anyway, I'm sure. Okay, will we get a winner before midnight? 18. The running of which animal, a repeated line in the Christmas carol, The Holly and the Ivy. The running of which animal is a repeated line in the Christmas carol, The Holly and the Ivy?
You're trying to think, hum it in your head, sing it in your head.
What is it?
Is it going to be like a Christmassy kind
Christmas
of
thing, like a reindeer.
reindeer?
It's too obvious, isn't it?
The running of the... I'm sure it might be deer, something deer. No, we're going to have to say reindeer, I think. I'm afraid we're going to have to go for reindeer, and I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, reindeer. The running of the animal that I'm looking for is, and that is very close, but it's not correct. It's deer, and it is in the song. The running of the deer. Couldn't have been closer, but we can't accept reindeer. Clearly deer is an entirely different animal, and it is the precise word of the song. So, Eggheads, a chance to win it, the first slip-up in the entire round so far. Which term for a jarring, discordant mixture of sounds comes from the Greek for bad and sound? Which term for a jarring, discordant mixture of sounds comes from the Greek for bad and sound?
It's cacophony. Well, you've said the definition, so that's...
Which bit's which?
Well, cacos is bad or worse, and phone is sound.
Cacophony, Eggheads. It is correct. You've won. You have come within a whisker of beating the Eggheads. Just didn't manage it today, though. I'm sure if you played a series, I think the A-Team would triumph ultimately. Thank you very much for playing Eggheads and for being such a competitive team. Really nice to have you here.
Thank you.
The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them, though. They still reign supreme over Quizland, only just